So usually, when it comes to talking about retro handhelds and emulation, I'm normally talking to another individual, another person. But in this video, I'm going to be talking to an AI. Quite looking forward to seeing where the conversation is going to go, what the AI's thoughts are around emulation and other retro gaming conversations. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello Pi, and good evening. As you know, I'm quite big on retro gaming handhelds, especially those that provide emulation support as well. And I also like retro consoles, actual official hardware. So I'm thinking, let's have a discussion on it. We've got the YouTubers watching as well, so do keep that in mind. I wanted to fire a few questions at you.
Hello again, SWPL Gaming. It's great to hear that you have a passion for retro gaming, both through emulation and official hardware. It's a fantastic way to relive classic games and consoles, and it's definitely a popular topic among gaming enthusiasts. So what would you like to know more about specifically? We can dive into the world of retro gaming, handhelds, emulators, or official hardware, or maybe even all three.
We're probably going to dive into all three, but it's kind of a sensitive subject as far as emulation is concerned. You've got people that collect the hardware, and you've got people like myself that is happy to do emulation. What are your thoughts on emulation opposed to hardware? Is it better to do? Is it not? What are your thoughts on it?
You bring up a valid point, SWPL Gaming. Emulation and hardware are often polarizing topics among gamers, and there's no definitive answer. Some people prefer hardware for the sake of authenticity and nostalgia, while others like the flexibility and convenience of emulators. In terms of benefits, emulation allows you to play games that might be rare or difficult to acquire, and it often provides options like upscaled graphics and improved performance. But it's true that nothing quite compares to playing on the original hardware, feeling the weight of the controller, and hearing that nostalgic sound of cartridges being inserted. From an ethical standpoint, some argue that emulation can hurt the industry by reducing demand for physical copies of games. But others counter that emulation can actually help preserve gaming history. Overall, it comes down to personal preference, availability, and the desire to support game developers.
Totally. So I've got a question for you. As far as emulation handhelds go, what's the best to get out there, and what would you point the viewers towards? What's the best kind of console to go for?
There are a lot of great options out there when it comes to handhelds that support emulation, but here are some top contenders. Anbinix RG351. This handheld is praised for its great build quality, excellent battery life, and it supports a wide range of emulators. Retro Game RS97 Plus. This one is a bit on the budget side, but it offers decent performance, a sturdy build, and supports many emulators. RG351PI. This handheld is often regarded as one of the best all-around emulation devices, with good performance and compatibility across many systems. All of these devices have different pros and cons, but they're all good choices. Ultimately, it depends on your budget, the systems you want to emulate, and any specific features you're looking for.
So, can you refer the viewers to anything that's like over the $150 mark? What's out there on offer?
Certainly, there are a few high-end handhelds available that can provide an excellent emulation experience. Here are a few options over the $150 mark. Anbinix Win 600, a Windows-based handheld. The Win 600 offers powerful performance for emulating even the most demanding games. It's great for newer consoles like the PlayStation 2 and GameCube. Ein Odin Pro. This handheld runs on Android and has a powerful processor, making it a great choice for emulation. It's capable of running PSP and Nintendo 3DS games smoothly. GPD XD Plus. This Android handheld is one of the most powerful devices on the market, with a great display and good build quality. It can emulate a wide variety of systems, from PlayStation Portable to Nintendo 64. These devices might be pricier, but they offer excellent performance and are worth considering if you want a high-end emulation experience.
Got it. Okay, cool. So let's move on to something else. What do you think are the top 3 most underrated video games consoles?
There have been quite a few consoles over the years that were overlooked or underappreciated, but these three really stand out in my circuits as underrated gems. 1. The Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, for sure.
The Dreamcast was a powerful console that offered some truly innovative games, but it was unfortunately overshadowed by the PlayStation 2. The TurboGrafx 16. This console was technically impressive for its time, but it never really caught on in the US. It had a lot of great games, especially in the shooter and action RPG genres. 3. The Panasonic 3DO. The 3DO was a powerful console with some great games, but its high price tag and lack of a solid marketing strategy led to its downfall. While these consoles might not be as well known or popular as others, they were all innovative and ahead of their time in many ways.
Gotcha. All right, last question. Top 5 most expensive retro video games.
All right, here's the top 5 most expensive retro video games based on recent sales. 1. Stadium Events, NES. This rare game can fetch upwards of $41,000, making it one of the most expensive retro games out there. 2. Super Mario Bros. 1986 World Championship cartridge. This ultra-rare cartridge was only given out to winners of a 1986 Nintendo World Championship.
I heard about that.
And it can sell for over $100,000. 3. Kizuna Encounter Neo Geo.
Mad.
A highly sought-after fighting game on the Neo Geo system, this can go for as much as $20,000. 4. The Legend of Zelda NES. A sealed copy of the original Legend of Zelda can command a price of over $13,000. 5. Air Raid Atari 2600. This incredibly rare Atari game is often referred to as the holy grail of video game collecting, and a copy in decent condition can cost upwards of $33,000.
Big money. Yo. Well, look, I really enjoyed that conversation discussion. Thanks for all your help, and yeah, if you wouldn't mind, could you say goodbye to the viewers?
You're very welcome, SWPL Gaming. It was a pleasure discussing all things retro gaming with you. And of course, I'd love to say goodbye to your viewers. So to all of you watching, I hope you enjoyed our chat and gained some insights into the wonderful world of retro gaming. Until next time, keep playing those games and have a retrotastic day.
So there you have it, guys. A conversation around retro handhelds and all kinds of other retro gaming subjects with an AI. Kind of got deep for a second there as well. But there you have it. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe. And peace.